toddy, gosh almighty, who the heck are they? Hey, flim, flam, bim, bam, Ole Miss. By golly, and welcome to Buck Hemingway Stadium where the Rebels are ready to take the field. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. The Sooners will kick it away to start. He'll bring it out. It's Watkins. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. The Rebels' offense is going to be backed up thanks to that lackluster return. And there he is. When you have a guy like this, you don't mind building your attack around the running game, guys.
And he's a grown man. There's no doubt about it. This offense runs through him. Everybody gets their emotion, and everything is built on him and around him.
And everybody knows this guy's going to touch the football, and still, defenses can't stop him. He can run through tackles and make big things happen.
After the misfire, now on second down. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Determined run, but he stopped after 2 yards down at the 13.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on third down. And the Rebels decide to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. He's got great speed. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. So the Oklahoma Sooners offense will have its first possession of the game. As dynamic as this guy is on the outside, Jesse, you know he's going to be cheating that way from his free safety position.
You're right, because as a quarterback, I just can't throw to my guy in the perimeter, right? I got to attack the middle of the field. The problem is you've got one of the best safeties in the nation who likes to lay people out.
Roaming the middle of the field, reading the quarterback's eyes, and he's got an eye on that receiver out there, too, that's dynamic. So let's see what kind of day he can have.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Catch in the middle, it's Anderson. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Now, a couple of times historically that the SEC has reached into the Big 12 during an expansion era, and the Big 12 would love to land a blow on the field here in this.
Yeah, I think there probably is some of that with the Big 12. A lot of these teams, they used to be in
headed to the end zone, and he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And the extra point makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished it off with a 14-yard run for the score. He'll bring it out. It's Watkins. Nice job. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
That's a good decision by the quarterback. I know that's not going to come up on the stat sheet, but you're in the pocket. Nobody's open. Don't risk turning it over. Just throw it away.
Off the play fake. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Well, this defense looked pretty good last week. Of course, they had 2 sacks, and their coaching staff told us they really wanted to be able to build on that. Great news, they've already registered a sack here early in this game.
And they needed a little more room to work with as that one sails out of bounds. The Rebels send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. Fair catch, called for and made. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play call.
Lofts one high and deep. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Long completions. Okay. You got to take shots. You got to make big plays in college football. I love that you're taking shots. Keep taking them. Some of those are going to come home. Some of them aren't. But when they come home, they equal big-time points.
Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And then coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field. And it's a play like that that we just saw, which can help them get that.
Pressure coming. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
It doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. And he missed it. No good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3-and-out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive.
And it's picked off. He'll try to take it back. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. Offense set on 1st down. Looking to move it through the air. Snares it outside. It's Burks. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. They believe they can run right here. Stop just inside the 30 at the 29. It's a 10-yard pickup and a 1st down. You know, Oklahoma's DNA is being tough. They have a whole drill about being tough named after them, the Oklahoma drill, and they won that one.
And we've seen that kind of come and go some throughout the years, but it started with serious physicality back in the day when they ran the option and just hit you in the mouth. But, you know, football's involved, and that's the one thing about this offense. Can they keep their physicality, assert their physicality? The good Oklahoma teams are physical.
1st down to start the drive after the break. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
position to be successful.
Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and he's going to run a route, he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
After getting knocked back, it's 2nd and goal from the 4. Running back searching for a hole. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line. Goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
That's exactly what they told us they wanted to limit. Yards after the catch, and it pays off on this play.
And especially in these situations.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown Sooners!
And how about this offense? A big situation on 4th and goal, and you trust your running back. You trust your offensive line. You trust the physicality of this unit, and they reward that trust, and they punch it in for 6.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Couldn't fight his way out of his grasp.
I think the offensive coordinators over there going, thank goodness we don't play them every week. This defense has been suffocating. This offense got to find something moving forward that they can hang their hat on, some kind of identity. Today they were shut down, but listen, there's a game next week, right? Like, got to continue to find what it is that makes this team go, that makes them tick, that makes them get first downs and hopefully move the football.
He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Throws to the wideout. It's complete. Good pickup there as he gets the first down. They'll mark him at the 48. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Looking to pass. It's Dart. Fires to the middle. Got him downfield. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
Wow, they've been waiting for that play, right? They haven't been throwing it a lot. They've been real sluggish. They've got no points on the scoreboard. And now they come up with an explosive play in the passing game to get them in a position to score some points here, hopefully a touchdown.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. The defense calls the timeout. Their 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. That's reeled in. It's Bentley. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are. and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch, you gave up the completion. What do? You set up 4th and long, you're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and sell it.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Boston College delivered the knockout blow early in this one, en route to the type of win that can turn some heads there in the ACC. Trust me when I say the party is on in Chestnut Hill. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Little touch pass to the receiver. He's past the 30. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Got it in the middle. It's Barnes.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football. You can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can defend it.
He's looking for a man on 2nd down. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
You know, as an offense, you just don't get that many great opportunities in games to hit these type of big-time plays. When plays like that present themselves and receivers are open, as a quarterback, you have got to make that throw.
The throw to the outside is complete. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down. And the Sooners come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. Great job in the base defense making it.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. To the air, it's Arnold. Quickly out to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Lost one deep down the right side. He can't make the grab. It's incomplete, but there is a flag, and I believe this is going to be pass interference.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And that lead grows even bigger. That's going to wrap up the 1st half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, tough to beat the pageantry and tradition there today in Oxford. And it's been said football is a game of inches, and guess what? Based on the comparison between 3rd down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most.
Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work.
And with that, let's head back to the Grove at our fellows at Vaught Hemingway Stadium.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. He looks that one in nicely. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Sooners moving quickly to the line. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Quick pass on the fly motion. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the field.
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. Negative play on 1st down. That's what a defense always wants.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions.
Running toward the tape. Ripped off a huge shot play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds.
One of the things I love about this offense, Reese, is they have tons of speed. They like to try to get the ball going east-west. That time they generate a huge play going to the right side.
And the defense either not fast enough to fit or got knocked out of the fit.
Yeah, they got to do a better job containing that as this game goes on. They got to funnel the football back to the middle of the field.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Got it in the middle. It's Ncaa. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the 1st down. This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
I think defenses sometimes get frustrated and you want to get blitz happy and because you give up yards. In this day and age, you're going to give up yards. Who cares? This is the area you want to go up. Nice job on 1st down stopping. A couple more downs here to stay aggressive.
3rd and goal from way back there. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. And that will extend their lead even further. That last score just a little icing on the cake in this one as they get set to kick it away again. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down. We reach the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period.
29 Philly, 2-9.
He's looking to throw it. Bought a little time, lets it go. With the catch, it's Wells. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. 2nd down coming up.
Rolling, unlock.
They keep attacking through the air. Get it out on the screen. Crosses the 30, he's got to lay it. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. And the Rebels are rolling down the field.
Ready, go.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels. How about that quarterback taking the shot downfield and delivering to the wide open receiver?
I love this quarterback just because he's aggressive. He wants to take shots. He's looking for every opportunity to show off that cannon and that arm talent. He showed it to all of us right there.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. So last time, David, they ate up some clock, ran a bunch of plays, but settled for the field goal.
Yeah, but they're still up, Reese, and I like where I'm at. If I'm on offense right now, my job is to put another long drive together, eat more clock, and get another score.
Just got to be better in the red zone this time around. When you get down close to the goal line, you need better execution to put a touchdown on the board.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking downfield, it's Arnold. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure gets to him, and the hit forced the incomplete.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Comes out throwing on 1st down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
Now on 2nd down. Quarterback will audible. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive player right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Yeah, and he had an opportunity to make such a big play. Listen, he wasn't wide open with nobody around him, but you got to make that play. You got a little bit of space. You got to haul that in, make your quarterback look good, and make a big play for this offense.
Catch in the middle. It's Anthony. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The Sooners getting set on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Fires toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit, when they get hurried, when they get pressured, they become very active. Really nice job by the defense, pressuring the quarterback.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down mark.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
They'll put it in play from the 27, 1st down. Wants to throw. It's Arnold. It's complete. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. New Mexico State is going to enjoy the trip back to Las Cruces after a rock-solid performance. And you take care of business on the road, and you stack wins there in Aggie Memorial Stadium, and suddenly it's quite the resume. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Caught over the middle. It's Wells. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. That completion delivers a first down. He's going to pass. Complete with conviction on the crosser. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. They'll throw it on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Priestcorn. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them the first down. Looking to move it through the air. Got a man. It's Bentley. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
Got it.
Line getting set on second down.
Set. Hut. Ready.
Back to the air one more time. Right down the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Looking to go up top on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Priestcorn. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. On second down, they'll take to the air. Trying to get to it. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
At this point in the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
He wants it all. It's broken up and almost intercepted on that shot to the end zone. It'll be fourth down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Off the RPO, low right, looking for the chains. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. The Rebels want to crank the tempo. And quickly to the line of scrimmage, they spike it and stop the clock. Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Back to pass, it's Dart. Fires into the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
You see an incompletion there. I think a big reason why this team is in such a hole right now in the fourth quarter is they have just not been able to find the explosive plays throwing the ball. And you got to wonder at this point, is it too little too late?
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Fourth down, and they've got to get it to the next time zone, but the offense is going to stay on the field on fourth down. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Man, they can barely see the first down marker from there, but they'll go for it on fourth. Fires deep toward the end zone. And the ball is picked off. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Going up top on first down. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
He wants to throw here on second down. It's complete to the right. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence from that.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. And then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last two games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were